And joining me in studio to reflect on their Aabla experience, I have Nombulelo Moholi. She's an Aabla judge and has been since inception. I'm also joined by Neu-Ner and Gil Ovid from the Creative Council, and they walked away with the 2014 Aabla Young Business Leader category. And of course, Mizinga Melu from Barclays Africa. She is the Chief Executive for Barclays Africa Management, and she walked away with the 2013 Women of the Year Award. And that is our panelists joining me now. Thank you so much for making the time to be here this evening. Nombulelo, let's start off with you. You've been here with the Aablas since inception, and you've obviously had a really great insight into seeing how these awards have grown over time. Give us a sense of perhaps the key trends that you could share with the audience today.
The awards have grown in stature and in geography. As you've heard, that we started off only as a Southern African event, and now we've got East Africa, we've got West Africa. It has truly become an all-Africa event. Also, we've added categories as we go. In 2013, we added the women's category, and now we are adding two categories, which is the category of Philanthropist of the Year, which is the person who gives and cares about society, cares about the environment. We also have Industrialist of the Year, which is really the people who build things, who build widgets. And we are very excited about this new category because Africa needs it.
Exciting categories for the African context, no doubt. But let's get to the two gentlemen who just about squeezed being young last year, if I remember correctly. Rand, let's start off with you. If you were to reflect back on the journey since you and Gil walked away with this award, why would you, sitting here, encourage other young business leaders to perhaps look to the Aablas as a platform to shine?
As a business leader, you've got to celebrate success. Leaders very seldom celebrate success. And also, this is a true Africa award, and I can't explain to you how much it's opened my eyes to go into Africa. I landed in Nigeria a week ago, and a bunch of reporters came to me and asked me, you were quoted on the nights of the All Africa Business Leaders Award as saying, and it was a big honor, and I realized that that actually opens your mind into Africa and your business opportunities into Africa, and you become an African player, and you've got to celebrate that.
Gil, from opening minds to becoming an African player, what has this award actually meant for the business? Has it translated to the business and the bottom line at all?
Oh, of course. I mean, this is the ultimate award that you could win as an African businessman. So the recognition is incredible. It builds credibility. It puts you on the map. It creates this iconic image. And it's been a lot of fun as well. And at the end of the day, you walk into a client's office, they recognize you, they know that you're here to stay, they know that you're serious, they know that you mean business, and that can't happen without these kind of big awards.
Absolutely. And one of the categories that Nombulelo did make mention of was introduced in 2013 was, of course, the Businesswoman of the Year, and that's what you walked away with in that particular year. You've obviously been tracking the awards over time. Do you get a sense that we as women are stepping up to the plate and we're fighting for equal recognition on such platforms?
I mean, we definitely are. If I look at where I was, at the time of winning the award, I was working in Zambia then, and, I've moved to working in Tanzania, and now, managing rest of Africa for Barclays. I think for me, you look at it, it gives a big sense of responsibility for the women. It gives the women the responsibility that, you have to make a difference to the society, and we've seen a lot more women take bigger jobs. If you look at Eroma Ote, from Nigeria, she's now been appointed as World Bank Treasurer. That is a huge responsibility that she's taking, and she's very capable. So we are seeing more and more women go into bigger and better opportunities. But equally, when you look at entrepreneurs, we are seeing more women take on a lot of entrepreneurs. But it's really about when you win an award like this and when you sign up, what difference are you going to make to the society for you to bring women who are young in society and make sure that they also rise up? So it's made a lot of difference, and definitely women are rising up to the challenge. Very exciting.
Very exciting indeed. And perhaps as a final question, just to wrap this up, Nombulelo, I want us to just quickly reflect on the quality and the caliber of the nominations that are coming through. No doubt we've seen a growth in numbers, but are we seeing a qualitative increase in the kind of candidates that we're looking at for the Aablas?
Most definitely. there is, of course, the numbers. The numbers have grown, but the quality of the people who participate in these awards. We do the interviews. Sometimes we use Skype. Sometimes we do personal interviews. What we prefer, though, is to actually go to the business and actually watch the businessmen interacting with staff. And we also look at things like the values and the culture of the business that they have cultivated there.
Well, that being said, I'd like to thank our guests for joining me on the special evening. And of course, a big thank you to you for sharing this special night with us. I'd like at this point, of course, to make a special mention of our judges who are sitting on our panels that are overseeing East, West and Southern Africa. And of course, these panels are being chaired by Eunice Suleiman, who has done so for the past 5 years. Let's take a short break, and when we come back, we get into the moment that we've all been waiting for. And of course, this is the finalist announcement of the 2015 All Africa Business Leaders Awards in partnership with CNBC Africa. Welcome back, and before we reveal the finalists for 2015, let's take a look at the highlights from the 2014 Aabla Awards.
And the winner of the Young Business Leader of the Year Award is Geloved and Neu-Ner from the Creative Council.
We are immensely grateful and humbled to be standing here today. This is not a European award. It's not an American award. It's an African award.
On behalf of us all, we'd like to thank ABN 360 and CNBC Africa for creating this award. And we'd like to thank them for recognizing the importance of young leadership on the continent.
So the winner of the Entrepreneur of the Year Award is
Fred Robertson.
A few weeks when I won this award, I was lost for words. I have no more words, really. To CNBC Africa, to my Mr. Wai, your wife, your parents, thank you so much for great vision.
Good evening. I'm very pleased to announce the winner of the Business Woman of the Year Award. It goes to Tabitha Karanja from Kiroshe Breweries.
I'm so honored and so humbled by this award. And as I've said there, every year, as years goes by, I get more, I become more humbled every day. And as I said, I'll dedicate this to my husband, who has really supported me as a woman. And African men, they are known that they don't support their wives. So for me, I'm always, I'm
Business Leader of the Year Award is Asha Boba from EOH.
This is really, really overwhelming. My job at EOH is a messenger. Got a little scooter, and they've sent me on behalf of the 9,000, close to 9,000 people in EOH to bring this trophy and acknowledgement back.
Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Mr. Reginald Menge.
Thank you so much indeed. Thank you, Rakesh. Because many times we have vision, but we never see those visions come to reality. I'm sure once upon a time, Rakesh had a vision, and now it's come to reality. I would like to give in total this this award to the youth of Africa.